the latest album, the one that is about to come out, there's a lot of variation. Like, there is an evolution of the tracks in terms of energy, and the sequence that starts very ambient, mellow, like almost like ambient sounds and recordings with some melodies that are also synthetic. And then it goes into like more techno stuff, like the deeper techno that you would play in a club, for example. And then it goes back to ambient and more explorations. How did that album come to your production, essentially?
Yeah, this specific album, the last album, Self Surrender, it's an album that it came after 1 or 2 years of producing music and trying to get something that was really meaningful. And then in the beginning, when I was thinking to make a new album, I was thinking too much how this album should be done. And then in one point, I completely surrendered myself and I say, okay, this is the music that it came out in 1 or 2 years, and I just need to connect it and to make a good storytelling. And then this is the storytelling that came out. And I was really satisfied because the combination of the track, they can really tell a story, and the story that I really wanted to tell to people.
Yeah, it does feel like it could be a set. It could be the track list of a set in terms of like probably one of your sets as well, because you try to go like, from what I know is that you start slow build up, intense energy, then fluctuations, and then you go back to the slower part.
Yeah, in fact, this is the influence that we were talking before between DJ set and music production. Both are influenced by themselves, this is the main process about what I'm doing. Yeah,
and that's Surrender. And another thing that I read that was very interesting is that you now have produced 4, let's say, more techno-ish album plus Unda, which is the completely ambient album. Yeah. And there is thread of connection for the first 3. Is the 4th album, Surrender, connected to the first 3 as well?
Yeah, all of them, they are all connected. I also consider Unda as my 4th album, so part of this journey. Because let's say with my first album, Inner State on Prologue, there was my first long player, so my very first big work. And with that work, I was like kind of not starting, but I really found myself into that sound. So I really recognized myself into that sound. So it was a kind of work more that was about self-discovery first, inner discovery about ourselves. Then with the second album, on Semantica with Volumi Dinamici, that album was much more experimental music. So I was, after this inner discovery, I wanted to go to experiment who I was at the time, and then this work came out. And then after this, the 012 album on the TGP. Ghost Planet on TGP came out, and was a kind of combination between those experience of these two first albums. And then with Unda was another point where I could again go back to contemplate what happened on those 3 works.
Interesting.
And this last album is just I don't know if it's the end or not of this journey, but it's like the realization about what happened with the previous work in terms of self-discovery, experimentation, and sound research, and also like our self-research.